gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, shout around? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
We've got a little bit of an emergency going on, y'all.
A celebration years in the making for these Howard University students coming to an abrupt ending Thursday as these graduates waited to walk across the stage at the Crampton Auditorium. Just outside of the lobby, dozens of loved ones locked out and some trying to push their way in after being told the building was at capacity.
Because of the size of the room and because our relatives sometimes do not know how to act, the fire department is now here to shut us down.
Administrators doing their best to let the grads get their special moment and grab their diplomas before they cleared the room, but the damage was done.
Dang. So just like that, another HBCU that obviously poorly planned for this graduation event and therefore had irate family members outside banging on the windows. This is something that represents many HBCUs across the United States. You have poor planning. You have, families that in many cases are just like hood ninjas who are sending their kids to college. I mean, I don't even know how a lot of these HBCUs are getting the accreditation for these degrees to be valid in the real world. I mean, I'm serious because, in a lot of cases, they're not really preparing them for the real world. Maybe back in the day they were, but in this day and age, the mismanagement of funds, we saw last year or 2 years ago how Howard was treating their students and the facilities, the money going into these schools, oftentimes being mismanaged, misused, questionable spending habits by the administration, and cutting corners at every turn. So this is an example of corners being cut, and you book a venue that is too small for your graduating class and their families, and now you have chaos of 100 or hundreds, maybe even leaking into the thousands of angry black family members outside, and they are causing a riot.
While they were doing the keynote speaker, there was loud banging. Even before that, for 10 minutes straight, just boom, 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 boom.
After this commotion, pictures showed the broken glass door left behind.
It's sad right now, low-key.
Oh, yeah.
It's sad.
I'm just heartbroken.
And dreams shattered for grads like Holly Ragunanan and her family.
Yeah, and these people need to hold their family members accountable. Look, if you can't make it into the venue, then you got to take the L. Wait it out in the car. See them when they come out. It was first come, first serve, and unfortunately, not everybody was able to be served. But that doesn't mean that you damage property. That doesn't mean that you start destroying things. That doesn't mean that you get out of character. It means you miss a great moment, a great opportunity in your child's life, but that is based off of your poor planning and not understanding the situation and coming earlier to get seated.
Family looking to make up for moments missed during the pandemic.
Glass started getting broken. One of my classmates' hands got cut. I didn't even get to walk. I graduated magna cum laude and I didn't even get to walk. I'm class 2020. I didn't get to walk for my high school graduation. I didn't get to walk for my college graduation.
It's not just
And a lot of students are experiencing this across the country because you have these protests going on college campuses, the war out there in the Middle East. We won't get into the details, but the same situation is happening to them where they aren't going to get to graduate or walk high school and college. And for an unrelated reason, when it comes to this HBCU, because there aren't any, protest on these HBCU campuses like that, you know, when it comes to that Middle East situation, even though these HBCUs in many cases were founded by a little country that was formed, you know, in 1948, if you will. So over there in the Middle East. So, I mean, this is the reality of the situation that we're dealing with. Okay? So you have these students who are affected by the actions of their ratchet family members. That's really what it comes down to.
Just the grads who left the canceled commencement disappointed.
All the money we spent, my father and grandmother came down from North Carolina.
And while these grads try to salvage the celebration, not long after, DC Fire sang in a statement. DC Fire and EMS did not shut down tonight's event. At 6:42 p.m., we responded to the Crampton Auditorium for a medical call at the request of campus police. The patient was evaluated and refused transport, and DC Fire and EMS departed.
I'm confused why it got so crazy, how it got so quick, so bad, so fast.
And some of these graduates will get to walk this weekend. The university's main commencement ceremony is set for Saturday morning. At Howard University, Walter Morris, News 4.
Now, moments ago, Howard University responded to our request for a statement. The school said security removed someone from the building prior to the ceremony. That person returned and broke a window. The statement goes on to say this incident led to a disturbance among guests outside the facility, resulting in a disruption of the program. Guests in attendance were immediately dispersed following this incident. Howard says EMS treated one student for a cut. The school plans to give individual awards to students tomorrow.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Janquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
New at 5, several families of graduating seniors at Howard University say they are frustrated.
One of the many graduation ceremonies on campus this week had to be cut short because too many people were trying to get into the auditorium.
Our Melissa Kim spoke to the sister of a graduate who says the whole situation could have been handled better.
Destiny Myers didn't get to see her sister Sade walk across the stage at Howard University's School of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences graduation ceremony Thursday.
To see all this hard work and all this stress that she put into Howard and then she didn't give up, to see her not walk, that really was heartbreaking.
Neither did dozens of other friends and family.
They were saying that it was full capacity and it just wasn't communicated right, you know? So everybody is walking in, we're confused.
Because in the middle of the ceremony,
Because of the size of the room and because our relatives sometimes do not know how to act, the fire department is now here to shut us down.
according to Howard University, it's up to the deans of individual colleges whether to distribute tickets to their smaller ceremonies. The nursing school did not choose to give out tickets, so it was first come, first served, which Destiny says she knew, but still.
And just frustrated that we couldn't get in to see our loved ones walk the stage and call their name.
Destiny says the school notified her sister that she will get to walk across the stage at Howard's commencement convocation Saturday morning at Capital One Arena, but it'll be too late for their dad and grandma, who traveled from North Carolina to see Sade graduate and are already headed back.
They came not to see their daughter and grandchild walk.
So for the future, Destiny hopes that these large events will be a little more organized.
I just think
yeah, and I mean, that's kind of what you get when you go to Howard University or any other HBCU in this day and age. I know people have high hopes in the HBCUs, and we got a lot of HBCU graduates, but anybody who's being honest, who's being genuine, will tell you that these HBCUs are run very poorly. You guys know we had Ed Reed come out when he was the coach of the HBCU Bethune-Cookman temporarily, and then he got fired because he put them on blast because they had vacant buildings that they were not using and didn't have any intention on rebuilding, but all the alumni were donating for the building to be rebuilt. And they're like, oh, we got a fund to rebuild and restructure these buildings, and all that money's going in, and none of it is coming back out to invest in the campus. So a lot of mismanaged funds, a lot of corruption on these HBCU campuses. And anybody who's being honest, who went to an HBCU, and don't lie, because damn near every single person in my family went to a HBCU except me and maybe my oldest brother. But damn near everybody who goes to HBCU will, yeah, that shit was ratchet as hell. Yeah, bro, we ain't have air conditioning. Yeah, bro. I mean, at one point, like Spelman, they didn't have air conditioning. Morehouse didn't have air conditioning like back in the day. And we saw the dorms in Howard, molding and all this type of stuff. No real air conditioning as well. Just basic things that the campus did not have, that they obviously could have afforded, but the money that is being donated to the universities are going into the pockets of very few and not being distributed or reinvested into the campus.
I think communication could have been better.
At Howard University, Melissa Kim, WUSA 9.
In a statement, Howard University tells us in part that they apologize for the challenges during the nursing and allied health sciences commencement due to the overcrowding at Crampton Auditorium. Those graduates will be recognized after tomorrow's main commencement ceremony. WSA 9 told you about that chaotic graduation ceremony at Howard University earlier in the week that was canceled after the auditorium that was being used reached capacity. Our John Duran talked to one family caught up in that disappointing night, but they say they were rewarded with a special ceremony today.
After Howard University's class of 2024 was honored with a graduation ceremony at Capital One Arena on Saturday, the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences received some special recognition.
We apologize for the events that you endured this week. But we stand here to salute you.
Now look at that venue. Let's run it back.
Sciences received some special recognition.
We apologize.
Woo! Now look at this arena. I don't know if this is this is the Wizard. Is this the Wizards stadium? It's gotta be. I mean, they got banners hanging from the wall. I mean, whoa. Why didn't they do this at first? They tried to book some little room in a hotel or something like that beforehand. Look, see, and it's like they had to get their hand popped. They had to get their hand spanked to do it the right way, because they didn't want to pay. Oh, how much is going to cost to rent out? It's going to cost $10,000 or whatever it costs to rent out the stadium. Oh, can we find an alternative? Y'all know that discussion had to go on. Y'all know it had to. It had to. And then they got their hand popped. It made national news, and they're like, okay, look, let's actually do it right this time. Hey, we can't fuck around this time at this graduation. We got away with it in prior graduations, past graduations, but not in this one. I guarantee that's how it went down.
Apologize for the events that you endured this week. But we stand here to salute you.
It was a 3-hour ceremony for the largest graduating class in Howard history.
After Thursday, I did not think I was going to walk, and it was just a terrible experience.
Earlier in the week, Justice Hodges was set to receive his diploma at a ceremony on campus, like most of his fellow graduates.
3 minutes into there was a fight already on the other side, inside, so it was like total chaos in there.
Justice's mother was in town from New Jersey, excited to see her son receive his diploma.
The fire department is now here to shut us down.
I think they said the fire department shut it down because they know that we were probably going to tear that place up.
Mom,
you heard that. So we gonna tear that place up. Bruh. This is the mindset of these single mothers who are raising these children. And this is why we are not having the success that we believe that we should be having in this country. I mean, we gonna tear that place up. Why? 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 For what? Is it that serious? You're gonna destroy a whole building, potentially catch all these types of vandalism charges and and disturbing the peace just because you're upset that you couldn't get into the venue when it was poor planning on the alumni. Yes, it was, or the administration, but also you could have just gotten there earlier. I mean, we got a lot of work to do.
Fire department shut it down because they know that we were probably going to tear that place up.
Mom thought she may never see her son get any diploma.
No, I didn't think so because he didn't get to graduate because of COVID, his high school graduation. He missed it.
I told you Thursday night that you were unstoppable, did I not?
But Dean Gina Spivey Brown came up with a plan B, allowing all 280 graduates of the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences take the big stage.
Justice Hodges.
Well, I feel very happy. I feel like, our voices were heard and we were accommodated well. So I thank Howard for that.
And Mom is thankful she could stick around.
We stayed a little bit longer, but they showed them that extra support and sympathy from the other day. So I was happy about it.
The only reason they did that is because, they got caught trying to shortchange the people the first time. So all in all, I think there are multiple people wrong in this situation, but it just shows the unprofessionalism at a lot of these HBCUs. And I know they love to decorate Howard and say, oh, it's the best HBCU. No. I mean, look, man, Howard's failing too. It is what it is. They're churning out super woke students who use no critical thinking and are identity politics based thinkers, and ultimately they're failing with their facilities and the types of students that they are graduating.
In Northwest DC, John Duran, WUSA 9.
So guys, I just have more video from what was happening on scene, and then we'll go ahead and get up out of here. There goes the crack in the window. Here's more of the scenery. I can't play the music. But you see graduates crying. Their families can't see them walk. They bust the windows down. And it was a lot of people out there. They ended up canceling everything because they were rioting.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
So
it is what it is.